This past year has been challenging for the horse racing industry globally, but even more so in South Africa. Today's award sponsors, Interbet, are players that have always pledged their support to our industry and once again have risen to the occasion as sponsors of these presentations. From day one, Interbet have endorsed the idea that it is essential that totes bets on local horse racing should be directed through the official tote pools if horse racing is to survive and thrive. Over the past year, Interbet has been running a successful Sustain the Game marketing campaign, and this sponsorship of the Cape Breeders' Awards is intended to reinforce that key message. I believe that as owners, breeders and other stakeholders in the industry, it is important for you all to show you support Interbet in the same way that they are supporting your industry. The funding model in South African horse racing depends heavily on a portion of betting turnovers being reinvested back into the game. Without robust pools, a major shortfall occurs for essential operations. In addition, prize money is drawn from betting turnovers. If there is insufficient funding available from a diminished official pot and stakes keep shrinking, then it no longer becomes viable to breed or own racehorses, and the entire industry is further threatened. Interbet have always maintained that the open bet, where tote wagers on local horse racing are held by corporate, independent bookmakers are not put in the official pools, has caused serious harm to horse racing. Interbet has consistently played by the rules, working in tandem with official operators to recognise the vital importance of the punter. They believe that providing excellent customer care, state-of-the-art online technology and processing bets into official tote pools, it's possible to be successful and at the same time restore racing's business model to better health. Interbet's current ad campaign is endorsed by the young generation of racing personalities from families steeped in legacy. The renowned De Kock, Woodruff, Millard, Marcus, Crawford and Soma families, to mention a few. They are the future legends of this beautiful game and are backing Interbet for a sustainable future. I hope that you will all join them in this campaign. Interbet have generously donated betting vouchers to the winning owners and breeders in each of our categories of awards today. This is a call to action, and we are appealing to all of you out there who are the lifeblood of the industry, owners, trainers, breeders and punters, to get behind Interbet. Whether you are a once-a-year Met punter or a regular player of fixed odds, win or exotic tote bets, even if you seldom have a flutter yourself, share this with your friends, clients and staff and tell them to support the operators that are supporting them. Log on now to www.interbet.co.za. Their friendly and professional support team are ready to assist you if you are inexperienced with internet betting platforms. You are the foundation of the industry, and it is important for you all to show Interbet you have heard their message and to support them so that they continue to support your industry.
Get back in the game, just believe, be the difference. Raise your voice from a whisper and stand tall. You've gotta be in the game. It's about survival out here, and it's getting harder to win. You know it would be tough, 'cause only the fittest stay on top. It's about survival, you know. When you feel your rivals get close, just being good ain't enough. You gotta be strong to rise above. It's about survival.
A very warm welcome to all our viewers. I'm very excited to be here at De Grendel Wine Estate to bring you the 2020 Cape Breeders' Awards. Before we go into the procedures of the awards, I'd like to take a little bit of time to chat to Cape Breeders' Club Chairman, James Armitage. James, welcome.
Thank you, Fee.
I know it's a very special event and you've got a few thank yous and a few things to say.
Thank you. Welcome to the 2020 Cape Breeders' Club Virtual Awards. I've got a few very big thank yous. Firstly, to Interbet for coming on board and sponsoring the 2020 Cape Breeders' Club Virtual Awards. Considering the year we've had, it's a very generous gesture from Interbet, so a massive thank you. And then the Breeding to Win team for putting this production together. Grant Knowles, Fiona Ramsden, Wayne Marks and Gerrit Fourie. Congratulations to all the nominees and the winners. It's a massive achievement to be nominated when one considers that these horses were born from a foal crop of 2,000 to 2,500 foals. All the winners will have their trophies engraved and delivered to them. The Cape Bred horses won 25 of the 29 Group 1 races in this past season. A few standout performances. Congratulations to Claverflay. They were leading breeders for the 4th time in 6 years. Alec Foster bred 18% black type winners to runners with an average earnings per runner of 123,000. That was 20,000 more than their nearest rival. Wilgerbos Drift had the outstanding broodmare Halfway to Heaven. She has produced 3 individual Group 1 winners. Wilgerbos Drift and Mauritsfontein bred 14 black type horses that won 22 black type races, including Horse of the Year, Summer Pudding. Varsfontein had 3 stakes winners on Gold Cup Day, including the South African champion Tyrrell Filly, Anything Goes. And it's wonderful to see that some of the smaller breeders had their horses nominated. Vainant Nell with Out of Your League, Fran Cow with Temple Graffin, and Alec Foster with Bulgarian. Stallion-wise, Captain Owl, Var and What a Winter all had 3 individual Group 1 winners each. Master of My Fate had 2 individual Group 1 winners. And then 8 stallions all had 1 Group 1 winner each. Savannah had 4 individual Group 1 winners that won 6 Group 1 races, which is a phenomenal achievement. He was champion sire for 2020 and he has been champion sire for the last 4 years. He had the top priced yearling in 2019 and 2020. Savannah has now been retired from stud duties, but very much enjoying his retirement. Not only has he been an amazing asset to Main Chance and his shareholders, but also to the South African breeding industry. His legacy will live on through his sons and his daughters. Congratulations again to all the winners. It really is an amazing achievement. I know this has been a very difficult year for all the breeders. Being the resilient and passionate type we all are, I have no doubt we can get through these difficult times as an industry. Thank you.
A huge thank you to Gary Peer from Interbet for sponsoring this evening's event, and with great pleasure I've got Gary Peer here to give us a few words. Gary, thank you very, very much. It means a lot.
Thank you for inviting me, Fee.
It's a super event. We're honouring our champions. The breeders need their place in the Hall of Fame as much as the owners and the jockeys. So it's a wonderful event for them, and great to have you as a sponsor, and giving the winners a betting voucher as well, which is great, is wonderful.
Thanks, Fee. Yeah, you know, obviously the breeders and the owners are the foundation of the racing industry, and we as a betting company are very much focused on horse racing, different to many of the other betting companies who, you know, horse racing is not their main focus. Ours always has been, and we love to support them. We love to support the people who we believe are the stakeholders in the game, and of course the punters.
And of course that's where your campaign comes about, sustain the game, putting the money back in.
Exactly, yeah. You know, it's just been our philosophy since we started. We have to work in tandem. If racing is to be sustained, and it's gone through such a hard time as we know, if it's going to sustain, we've got to work with the operators, and we believe that the starting point is putting local horse racing tote into the official pools, because that's where the stakes come from, that's where the money comes to put on the show. And we've always been of the belief that even though it may be financially not viable for us, we've got to stick with that policy, and we've used that slogan, sustain the game, because that's our contribution.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And you've been in horse racing for many years. I often see you at the course, and you love the horses as well.
I do. I mean, I think my first horse was in 1978. I think I had a share. And over the years we've had, I've always had a couple. At the moment I've got 3 or 4 small shares in horses, and yeah, it's my passion, and so long as I can keep doing it, I love it, you know.
The punter is vitally important in making racing sustainable. Owners, trainers and breeders should be driving their betting into official pools such as Interbet's upgraded tote platform, as that contribution helps keep the whole show on the go. Stronger tote pools will boost the stakes pot and make it more attractive to own and breed racehorses. It's a virtuous cycle. Interbet makes deposits available instantly. Interbet offers great customer care with same-day payouts. Our clients can watch all racing live via high-quality streaming. Live betting is offered on many sports from all around the world.
So let's get started with the awards. Our first category is Champion 2-year-old Colt, and our nominees are Eric the Red, Smart Colt by the great Captain L, bred by Varsfontein. Global Drummer by Global View, he has set the tracks alight, bred by Ascot Stud. Norbies by Futura, a Group 2 winner, bred by Ben Bota. Tempting Fate, Grade 1 winner by Master of My Fate, bred by Aventure. And the winner is
Tempting Fate's coming strongly now, and Tempting Fate now takes it up over the last 100 metres, and Tempting Fate going on to win it.
Hi Pippa, thanks for joining us for the Cape Breeders Awards.
Thanks, being nice to see you in this format.
You've had a fantastic season. You must be thrilled to bits with how things have gone, but one of the highlights must be your 2-year-old Colt Tempting Fate.
Yes, listen, I think we've had a great season. The stallions have done well, but yeah, to produce a horse of this caliber from a relatively small band of mares is quite an achievement in its own right. So yeah, very chuffed.
And Miss October be quite a special mare on the farm for you.
Yeah, listen, she obviously was a very good, talented race mare by VAR, and it was a good acquisition. We bought out some partners with that David Avery had, and David stayed in the filly with us. So this is her second foal to the racetrack. Her first one being Spring Break, who is also very talented with Sean Terry. Yeah, so exciting mare for the future as well.
But he's just had such a great season, Tempting Fate, and he's obviously going to come on from 2-year-old to 3-year-old. Lots to look forward to this coming season.
Yeah, I think he was a very, very impressive yearling. He was a big, strong horse. And if you look at him, when you see him in the Cape Town, you guys, when he gets down here, I gather next week, you'll see an imposing yearling that he was. So I would think strength and substance and size will hold him in good stead for his 3-year-old career. And I mean, I know he didn't win his last start. I think he will get a bit of ground as he gets older and stronger.
And now we move on to our Champion 2-year-old filly, and the nominees are as follows. Delta Queen by VAR out of River Jettes, Grade 3 winner, bred by Aventure and the AMS. Springs of Carmel by Captain Avor, winner of the Grade 2 SA Fillies Nursery, bred by Clava Flay. Venici by Vercingetorix, winner of the Grade 1 Alan Robertson, bred by Clava Flay. And the winner of this category is
Venici, Ecstatic Green and Venici over the last 100 metres. On the outside, Delta Queen, Vivijet on the inside. Venici just holding on. Venici just won it.
John, you must be thrilled with her success this year. She's had a phenomenal season, hasn't she?
It's been especially, there's a number of factors why it's so special for us at Clava Flay. First of all, she's by Vercingetorix, who we bred. And she's out of a Captain L mare, and we bred Captain L. So, you know, that's almost like coming the full circle. But even more special is that it's a joint venture between us and Birch Brothers, Colin and Sid Birch. And, you know, that's been the most amazing and fabulous family in breeding in South Africa. And to see Colin really coming back into the game in a big way, the passion that he shows, and seeing Birch Brothers come back to the fore in racing is so special. So for me, it's a special honor to have a filly bred together with Colin and Sid Birch.
Our next category is champion 3-year-old colt and some very smart horses amongst these. And let's start with Golden Ducat by Philanthropist out of the Star Mare Halfway to Heaven. Cape Derby winner bred by Wilgerbosdrift and Maurits Fontaine. Got the Green Light by Gimme the Green Light. Phenomenal season, SA Classic winner and second in the July, bred by Naddison Park. Kilindini by the Great Silvano, who has recently retired. 3 wins and 3 places from 6 starts, bred by Vars Fontaine. Out of Your League by Elusive Fort, Grade 1 SA Derby winner at Turffontein, was bred by Feynard Nell. And the winner is...
Got the Green Light takes it up now, and Got the Green Light running strongly, going to win the Daily News 2000 has Got the Green Light.
Brian, you must be absolutely delighted with the season you had with Got Me the Green Light.
Yeah, we've had a great season with the horse. We had a bit of an unfortunate event in the Durban July where we got bullied a bit, you know, in the stables coming out of the stalls, and then again towards the last 400. But I mean, the horse came second, which is a great achievement in the Durban July against the best horses in the country. And I mean, the horse has proven himself. I mean, he's still a bit green, excuse the pun, but he's got a lot of maturing to happen.
Yeah, but he's been pretty consistent, hasn't he?
No, definitely. I think he's definitely a champion to be, and he's not gelded, so definitely standing to come also.
Yeah, you'd be hoping for another Give Me the Green Light.
Definitely.
Next up is champion 3-year-old filly, and again we've got some fantastic nominees, starting with Pretty Young Thing by Jackson, a very exciting filly. Summer Pudding by Silvano out of Cherry on the Cake, Fillies Classic and Oaks winner amongst her victories, bred by Wilgerbosdrift and Maurits Fontaine. Third Runway, bred by Vars Fontaine, by the great Give Me the Green Light. And the winner is...
Summer Pudding led Magic School is trying to fight back along the inside. Mary Gold is on the outside. Summer Pudding's in front in the Fillies Classic, and Summer Pudding, the cream, has risen to the top. Summer Pudding gives Paul Peters first Grade 1.
Summer Pudding has obviously been such an exciting filly for you, champion 3-year-old filly. She's now a 7-time winner. She's by Silvano out of Cherry on the Cake. What more can we say? She's just been phenomenal, hasn't she?
She has, and I mean, really should be just speaking to you about her. But she is fantastic. She's very beautiful, and I have a particularly soft spot for her because of her close relationship to Cherry on the Top, who was by Tiger Ridge, so I feel particularly close to her.
Politician is on the inside run. He's going to need a heap of luck to get through that too. 500 metres to go, and it's still Great Sun who leads the J&B field. On the outside of those two is Gold Mine. On these outside is Patnick, and behind that is Boat.
It really is a top-class website in every way. It's easy to use. It gives you the colours of the horses. There are no negatives to playing on Interbet.
To use a website like that that's so easily accessible and so easy to use and customer-friendly, I think that would be a no-brainer.
They put 100% of the money staked in the tote directly into the pools, and as we know, this is going to fund racing.
Politician, and that politician, will you believe it? I don't believe it. He's crazy. He did it. He's unbelievable run. He got through when nobody gave him a chance. That was unbelievable.
Welcome back to the Champion Breeders Awards for 2020. There's certainly been some great results so far as we move on to the category of older male. And here we have Bulgarian, bred by the Fosters, winner of this year's July. We have Hawam, bred by Wilgerbos-Drift and Moritz Fontaine. What a superstar he has been. He's by Silvano out of the great mare Halfway to Heaven. One World, bred by Clava Flay, winner of the Met and now standing at stud by the great Captain L. Rainbow Bridge, the horse with a big heart, bred by Wilgerbos-Drift and Moritz Fontaine by Ideal World out of Halfway to Heaven. Vardy, bred by the Tawny Syndicate, the son of Var, is a Queen's Plate winner. And our champion is...
Hawam is the leader into the final 150 metres. Chimichurri runners second, but great horses can win over any distance. Everything's gone right for Hawam.
Yeah, he's been a phenomenon. Gail on the farm tells me we nearly didn't send him to the sales because he did something or other to himself. Not serious, obviously, but... And we were in two minds whether to send him or not. But of course, as we all know, he came right, and that was the beginning of a fairy tale there too.
Moving on to Champion Older Female. In this category, we have Celtic Sea, bred by Wilgerbos-Drift and Moritz Fontaine by the great Captain L. She's a big race filly. Clouds Unfold, bred by Drakenstein by What a Winter. She's a queen of the Mallorca Stakes. Temple Graffin, bred by Fran Crow by Duke of Marmalade. She's a Grade 1 winner. Our Champion Older Female goes to...
It's Celtic Sea, though she's clear, not for catching this afternoon. Clouds Unfold trying all she can, but she's in a different class. Celtic Sea, the champion, goes on to win.
She is absolutely amazing. And I think Sean has done miracles with her, winning over a sprints, over a mile. I mean, he's been, she's been phenomenal, and so has he.
Glitter and gold, yeah. 'Cause it's your story and yours alone.
Moving on to Champion Sprinter. Here we have Riverine, bred by Aventure and the Ams, superbly bred by Var out of River Jetes. Russet Air by What a Winter out of Icy Air, winner of the Cape Flying Championship, bred by Lama Scroll. Warrior's Rest, bred by Lama Scroll by What a Winter out of Bardo. 6 wins and 9 places. And our Champion Sprinter goes to...
It's Russet Air is also finishing strongly. It's Russet Air coming at Bold Respect. These are the two. Bold Respect, Russet Air, here it comes. I think Russet Air is sorted.
Russet Air has certainly had a phenomenal season, and he makes it to Stayer of the Year. And with me is Peter Craft. Peter, you must be delighted with this horse. He's done so well this season, and of course, winning the Cape Flying Championship. He didn't disgrace in Joburg either, which is a little bit unlucky there. He really has a good season, hasn't he?
Wonderful season, but I put it down to Marsh and Brian Finch making an excellent selection. Brian came and visited the farm and bought Russet Air off the farm. But it's that special Bass racing passion that has brought this horse to the fore. We never expected Russet Air to do this well. We never thought that Russet Air would make a sale because of its skew legs, but horses surprise you. And, percentage-wise, it's like in the top 2 or 3%, so it's fantastic that we've managed to get Stayer of the Year.
As we move on to our final 7 categories this evening, I'd just like to wish all the winners and all the nominees so far this evening many congratulations. And we move on to our next category, which will be middle distance horse. And the nominees for middle distance are Bulgarian, bred by the Fosters, the July winner. Hawam, bred by Wilgerbos-Drift and Moritz Fontaine. One World, bred by Clava Flay, and our Met winner this year. Rainbow Bridge, bred by Wilgerbosdrift and Moritz Fontaine. Vardy, bred by the Tawny Syndicate. And our middle distance winner goes to...
Hawam kicks, and Hawam's got a 2-length advantage over Cirillo, and the big boy's back.
We don't bow down no more. We are the mighty with the final blow. Oh, we break them down fast, so we break them down slow. It feels like a force behind you, like nothing ever felt before.
Our next category is Stayer of the Year, and of course there's quite a few nominees here, and let's run through them. Our first one is Dharma, bred by Terry and Annabelle Andrews by Royal Air Force. Dynasty's Blossom, bred by Highlands. She's by Dynasty. She's a top staying filly, showing lots of courage. Imperial Ruby, bred by Wilgerbosdrift and Moritz Fontaine by the great Silvano. Out of Our League, bred by Vane and Nell. A great stayer by Elusive Fort. Marching On Together, bred by Jägerstar Limited at Fast Fontaine, Track and Ball winner by Pathfork. Snapscan, bred by Drakenstein, Smart Filly by Oratorio, always rises to the occasion. Plenty in with contention here, and our Stayer of the Year goes to...
Out of Your League, an Imperial Ruby, but it's got the green light with a 1-length advantage. Western Fort to the outside is not going to go down without a fight, and neither is Out of Your League, and Out of Your League caused a huge upset.
The reason that I got involved with Interbet is purely for one reason. It is the only platform in the industry that doesn't lay the open bet. And I think it's so important to encourage all punters and especially clients of mine that like to play the tote bets to play through Interbet, because they are the only platform that puts it back into the tote pools. And at the end of the day, tote pools are what generate our turnover and our stakes for our racehorses.
Welcome back to the Cape Breeders' Awards for 2020. It's been an exciting evening so far, and our next category is going to be Brood Mare of the Year. And the nominees for Brood Mare of the Year are Bardot, bred at Lamaskrel, producing Warrior's Rest in our nominees this evening. Halfway to Heaven, bred by Wilgerbosdrift, responsible for Hawam, Rainbow Bridge and Golden Ducat. Icy Air, bred by Lamaskrel, Smart Filly, Dam of Rossiter. River Jetters, bred by Aventure and the Ams, great race mare and providing the goods. The winner for this category is Halfway to Heaven.
'Cause we are champions. We are champions. We are. We're lighting up the dark. We are champions. We are champions. We are. We're lighting up the dark. I got the vision.
Halfway to Heaven, what a star she's been. You know, Hawam, Rainbow Bridge, Golden Ducat. It doesn't get better than that, does it? And she must be a great favourite at the farm as well.
Yeah, well, naturally she is. And but I mean, sometimes I wonder if I'd have win a Group 1 without her. I mean, she's the one who produces the goods every year.
Yeah, and she's in foal again?
She is in foal to Far Away, my new stallion.
Wow, that's
in fact, she should be foaling anytime soon.
Well, that's exciting stuff. Yeah, we all love her to bits. She really has been amazing for the Cape Breeders, and what a job she's done. Our champion stallion is a 5 times champion sire in South Africa. He's been absolutely phenomenal for the country. He is the sire of Grade 1 winning sires, and he is, of course, Silvano, who recently retired and stands out at Main Chance Farms. Justin, firstly, congratulations. He's our Cape Breeders Stallion of the Year, and for every good reason as well.
Yes, thank you very much, Fee. It's an honour, obviously. The Western Cape is packed with the best stallions in the country and some really top sires, and to constantly be getting accolades for this horse is a testament to the horse himself. And obviously in a year where he's retired now, as everyone knows, so it's quite fitting. And he was crowned as 5th South African champion sire at the Equus Awards, the virtual Equus Awards. So to add another Cape Breeders sires title to the mantle at the farm is a pleasure.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? And he's, of course, a sire of sires of Grade 1 winners as well.
Yeah, look, he's got, he's at that stage now where obviously, along with his retirement this year, the accolades keep flowing in, and I think he's going to be present in our minds for a long time to come, because hopefully there will be another couple of sires titles on the way. As you mentioned, as a sire of sires, he's now got Vercingetorix, who's at our farm and a leading sire in his own category. And at the sales, I mean, he breaks records every year. Last year, 9 million rand sales topper at Nationals. This year, 7 million rand. The sales topper at CTS Book 1 in January as well, the 3 million colt from Drakenstein. So, every sale you go to, his progeny are topping the sales prices and the figures, and he's delivering the champion sires title every year, and it's just an honour for the farm to be associated with him. And all thanks must go to Tim at Main Chance and the breeders around the country who have supported him from day one, and of course Dr. Andreas Jacobs, who sent the apple of his eye and his pride and joy, Silvano, down to South Africa to be a stallion. And we've reaped the benefits from him, and we will do so with his bloodlines for decades to come.
Yeah, he's such a good-looking stallion, and the horses he stamps, you can just see Silvano in the parade ring at the races all the time. Smashing looking horse.
Yeah, and he, very importantly, which is key to a successful sire, you hear Aidan O'Brien talking about it with Galileo all the time, is the mind and the temperament he puts into horses. Galileo's run through a wall in the finish to try and get there to the finishing line first, and Silvano's are very similar. Great temperament, and it really helps his progeny reach that elite level as often as they do, and as many horses per crop as he does. So fantastic, he's been a blessing, and hopefully there's more accolades like this to come. And congratulations to Main Chance and all the breeders. As I said, he's been supported by many big farms over the years, and I think he's repaid them tenfold.
Our outstanding new stallion goes to Global View. He stands in Port Elizabeth at Ascot Stud for Ashley Parker. He really has got off to a good start, this son of Galileo. Your young stallion, Global View, is hitting the headlines, being our outstanding new stallion on the block. He's done phenomenally well this season, hasn't he?
Yes, he's had a very good start to his career, Fee. He's had some very good 2-year-old winners and some really good 3-year-old winners this year, so he seems like he's carrying on, and people are very excited about it.
And of course, he's by the champion sire Galileo. You couldn't get better breeding than that.
That's right. Obviously, Galileo has dominated in Europe this year, and he's out of a Stormcat mare, which gives him a bit of speed. So that's why they've come as 2-year-olds, and then now some of the later maturing ones are starting to show something at 3 as well.
And what I've seen of his progeny in the parade ring at the races, he's really throwing some nice strong horses.
They're very scopy horses, and they keep on getting better and better with age, most of them.
We are on to the final section of our Breeders' Awards this evening, and with great pleasure I announce our Breeder of the Year, and that goes to none other than Clava Fleistad and John Costa.
Think I'm electric. I think I'm electric. I think I'm electric. I think I'm electric. I think I'm electric.
it's no surprise, being the national breeder of last season, John Costa, Cloverflay Stud. Of course, they are the Cape Breeder of the Year as well, and John is with me now. John, you must be so proud of Cloverflay being Cape Breeders again.
Yeah, I feel it's very humbling, you know. There are so many people, and of course all our horses that win you this prize. You know, it's not a one-man show at all. But to be able to do it again, and you know, I firmly believe this is probably the last time. You know, we've had our time and it's been glorious, and we're following a new path now. But it is a great honour, and it's an unbelievable honour to be part of the Cape Breeders Club. And you know, we've got extremely special breeders in the Cape. Each one of them in their own right has produced phenomenal horses, and especially this year. So yeah, it's just a great honour.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic racing year for you. What would be your highlights, or too many to mention?
No, I think the highlight this year without doubt was One World winning the Met. You know, it's one of those races that if you ask any breeder in the country, you know, which race would you like to, some will say the July, some will say the Summer Cup, some will say the Met, and you just don't, you know, you very often have a runner in a race like that, but you seldom win a race like that. Everything has to be right on the day. It's been our second Met, and both of them been bred by Captain Al, which makes it super special because, you know, we bred Captain Al himself. So yeah, in every sense of the word, I think the Met this year was without doubt the highlight of my career as a breeder in this year.
And you just must be so proud of how you've built Cloverflay up over the years, and to be now in this position is just wonderful.
Yeah, you know, with all of it comes a lot of luck and a lot of good people around you, and I've been extremely fortunate to have wonderful people around me. You know, our staff have been just phenomenal. We have such good staff. They're passionate, they love their horses. And then of course, you know, your trainers, your buyers, your jockeys, everybody contributes towards it, you know. So you know, I cannot stop applauding the Cape Breeders. We've been through an incredibly tough year this year. COVID obviously has made it even worse. But they're a tenacious bunch of breeders here in the Cape, and you know, we'll be back. We'll be back next year.
Yeah, well, you really have bred some champions, and I know we don't have Captain Al with us anymore, but he's still winning on the track, and you've got lots of stallions standing there with great potential as well.
Yeah, you know, he's got William Longsword at stud, and obviously One World now, and you know, with Captain of All, he's really doing well. Very proud of Captain of All. So he's got 3 sons at stud, and Cloverflay ourselves, you know, we've bred Vercingetorix at Drakenstein, we've bred Rafif, who's at Highlands. We've got One World, who's at Drakenstein, and we've got William Longsword at Cloverflay. So, you know, Gary Player always said to me, he said he'd give up all his majors to be able to breed a colt that's good enough to go to stud. So from that point of view, it's extremely satisfying. And all we can do is just hope that the Captain Al sire line just continues in the vein where he's left off, because Roberta, as you know, is a dying sire line in the world, and if South Africa can end up having an incredibly strong Roberta sire line, it'll stand us in good stead going forward, without a question of a doubt.
Yeah, well, you must be super, super proud of your team at home, because it's just phenomenal what you've achieved over the last few years. It's been great, and I hope you can do it again, John, because it's wonderful having you as one of our top breeders in Cape Town.
Thank you, Fia. I really appreciate that, and I just want to congratulate all my fellow breeders. They've had some phenomenal results this year. You know, I just, Halfway to Heaven just has to be one of the greatest broodmares the world has ever seen. So from Mary's point of view, she must be, you know, so excited to have a mare like that. But each one of our breeders in their own right have all achieved wonderful results this year. And all I can say to my fellow breeders, hang in there, boys. We're going to get through this, and we're going to come out stronger.
We move on to our Outstanding Breeder Award, and we had 2 nominees for this category, Alec Foster and Wilgerbosdrift and Mauritsfontein. And our winner is Wilgerbosdrift and Mauritsfontein. Outstanding Breeder. What an absolute amazing year you've had. You really have dominated the season, and it's just been absolutely fantastic for you all as a family, for Wilgerbosdrift, Maritzfontein.
Well, as I said before, I mean, had it not been for Maritzfontein's wonders in the case of Celtic Sea and Summer Pudding, and for Halfway to Heaven, I doubt we wouldn't be there at all.
But it's been great, and you've got to do it all again for the new season, which I'm sure you can. But no, it must be a great feeling, and of course to have all your family involved as well. Jess taking charge of Maritzfontein as well is fantastic.
Yes, thank goodness somebody in the family really loves it.
Let them hear you roar, 'cause this is your moment.
We have an international award this evening. This is not for racing, but for her progeny, and it goes to Alexandra Rose. She was sold to Team Valor, who took her overseas, and she bred Alexandra, who won the Group 1 Jaycourt Stakes in July. Congratulations to Varsfontein Stud, who bred her.
And Alexandra on the outside, Ken Barker and Alexandra, they come for the finish. Alexandra got there right at the end.
The moment we've all been waiting for, because it's all about the equine athletes. And our horse of the year goes to...
Awam, it's been an absolute honour. We'll follow you wherever you go in the world, Awam. He's won it by 3.5 from Socrat.
Life and death, face those fears, come in from the storm, fight fire with fire and find the light.
Once again, many congratulations to all the nominees and winners of the awards this evening. I've certainly enjoyed reliving the winning moments, and it's been fantastic to have this opportunity to honour our greats this evening. And again, thank you very, very much to Interbet for sponsoring this special event. I hope you've enjoyed the evening as much as I have, so it's goodbye from me, but we will be playing out with an event we recorded last week. We were here for the vendors' lunch for the CTS sale to be held here in January, and it's interesting to see what some of our top breeders had to say. It's time for a change, and the CTS Cape Premier Yearling Sale in January 2021 will be held out here at De Grendel Wine Estate and Restaurant, and we're having a lunch here today with some of the vendors. It's a fantastic venue. We're having a beautiful lunch, and Peter de Beer always supports the Cape Premier Yearling Sale very well, and he's with me now to chat about the upcoming sale. Peter, what a lovely day we're having for a start. It's a fantastic venue.
No, it's fantastic. Probably the best views in Cape Town that you're going to get, and we've got a wonderful day with no wind.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've supported this sale throughout the years, and the change of venue is something to get quite excited about.
Yes, I think the ICC was a unique venue, being an indoor venue in the middle of town, and this is something a little bit different, but I think it's still uniquely Cape Town, which I think is something that will appeal not just to the local buyers, but also to the international buyers if they're allowed to travel, and maybe that's for a future year. I think we're all in a very, very different position this year. We've all had to deal with the various restrictions, but we're all looking forward to having a real live sale if everything goes well, and hopefully by that stage the export protocols will have been sorted as well.
Yeah, lots to look forward to. Fingers crossed we will get the overseas clients here, but great venue, and once again you'll be supporting the sale and hopefully having some up for sale.
Yes, so my little stud, Black Swan stud, based out in Robertson, we haven't finalised the entries yet, but we've got a lovely crop of yearlings. We're not a big stud, we run around about 20 mares, but we typically would bring anywhere between 5 and 7 to a sale like this. Obviously the time of year, you've got to pick the ones that are relatively early and are mature enough to do justice to you in a January sale. But we've done well at the sale in the past, and I think it's a sale where we've got used to the fact now that there's no sales race, so it's just a normal sale, but certainly we are hoping that it'll be a good sale, and that we do get everybody looking for some really nice horses which, if one looks at the record of this sale, it's thrown up some fantastic champions over the years.
Yeah, it's been a great sale, and as I said, the venue's great. They're already preparing for the stabling area, which is right next door to the restaurant, so it's going to be wonderful for all the buyers and the vendors, and a great place to have the sale.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely farm and it's an historic property, and I see they're doing a lot of work to get the sales area ready. For those of us who live in town, I mean, from my house in Pinelands, it's a 20-minute drive, it's nothing. And even for the people who are, further away from the city, it's very accessible. And there's plenty of other attractions for people in between the sales, as they're right here in the middle of the winelands.
Addison Park Stud are huge supporters of the CTS sales, and of course with the Cape Premier Yearling sale happening here at De Grendel in January. Rayan Adams is with me to tell me more. Obviously you'll have a huge draft, Rayan, for the Cape Premier Yearling sales in 2021.
Yeah, Fee. I mean, we're here at De Grendel. I mean, it's a beautiful venue. I mean, you got views of the mountain, the ocean, the city, and it'll be great to have a venue here for the sales. Anyone who comes here can enjoy the wine, enjoy the food, and buy some horses also.
Yeah, it's a pretty special venue, it really is, and it's nice to have a bit of a change. We've had it at the convention centre for the past few years, which has been a wonderful venue, but it's always nice to have a change as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be out in nature and be around more greenery, it's always good. I think the people feel more at ease, more welcome to walk around and enjoy the venue, but feel more welcome to buy more horses also.
Yeah, let's hope so. A few glasses of wine and then they'll be putting their hands up.
Always happens that way.
Yeah, but it's going to be nice as well if we can get the overseas buyers here, and it's a great venue for them as well to see our beautiful country at the same time.
No, definitely. It'll showcase, I think, the Cape as a whole. I mean, just looking at the views all around, it is unbelievable here. I can't explain to you how beautiful it is here. I can't wait for the next viewing here, basically.
Drakenstein Stud always have a strong draft for the Cape Premier Yearling sale, and with me is Kevin Somerville. Kevin, what a wonderful full event today has been. It's lovely to see our new venue for the sale.
Yeah, obviously, it's it's a change in venue, and I think the CTICC was it's a very like a novel event, and I think it put South Africa on the international stage. I think we have, a lot more to offer than just the CTICC, and I think that this sort of venue is, I mean, if people could turn around the camera and look at what the view that we're looking at, it's, we have a hell of a lot to offer, and this is just one of those venues. So if done correctly and, the horses are presented properly, then I can't see why this can't be a success.
Yeah, I think so. We've had a nice taster of what's to come being here today, and obviously entries haven't gone in yet, but do you look like having quite a strong draft once again?
Yeah, a few will, obviously we'll try. I mean, I was up in Croftnet, and I think the yearlings look in good shape at the moment. Dave Hampton and his team do a very good job there. So we'll try. I mean, it's obviously it's tough, and the competition is fierce. we all have access to the same stallions, and so you try, and ultimately to try and breed that really special horse. And I think we've got some very nice horses for the sale. So we'll just have to try and select the right ones that's going to suit the environment and hopefully do well.
Lammaskrall always have smart drafts for all the sales, and I'm sure they're going to have a very nice draft going to the Cape Premier Yearling Sale. And it's lovely to have Peter Craft here with me to chat about the new venue. Peter, obviously this venue is very, very special for you because it's part of your family.
It's got a lot of family history. My father grew up here on De Grendel, and my grandfather originally bought De Grendel for horses, believe it or not. So it's got a good horse history, and there's some magnificent horse stables still on the property designed by Sir Herbert Baker.
Well, I never thought we'd actually see a horse sale here, but it lends itself very well because they're now preparing the grounds for the stables, and being so close to the restaurant and the wine tasting and everything, it's going to be wonderful.
We're looking forward to bringing our string of horses from Lammaskrall, and we need a bit of excitement and upliftment in the industry. So with these magnificent views of Table Mountain, we hope we can create the excitement that we can have a good sale.
I think so, and we can showcase Cape Town while we're at it.
Yes, absolutely. So we've come out of a deep patch with COVID, and I'm excited that we're going to have a good draft from all the important studs.
Yeah, early days, of course, but you're planning obviously a good draft from your stud.
We are. We're going to bring about 10 or 12 horses along.
Yeah, they're always nice quality horses as well. It's a fantastic sale and a successful sale for buyers going forward, isn't it?
We've done well in the past in the convention centre, but with social distancing and fresh air on a farm within a stone's throw of Cape Town, what better venue could you ask for?
Claverflay Stud will be another big stud representing the Cape Premier Yearling Sales in January 2021. And with me is John Costa. John, what a fantastic new venue. It's exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting, Fee. Normally we used to be underneath the mountain. Now we can see the mountain. And as we heard earlier on today, there's so much history here, with horses and the Graaf family. So, yeah, very exciting.
But we've done these outside sales before. The stables are, well, the grounding for the stables is being prepared as we speak, and I'm sure it'll all come off fine, the outdoor stables, and they're making a nice walking area for the horses as well.
That's the most important part of it is, is the horse going to be okay? Is the horse going to handle it? And, horses by nature are outdoor animals. And the vendors are so professional, Fee. They know exactly how to prepare the horses. They know, the eventualities, and they know what they need to do with the horses. So I've got no doubt in my mind that it'll go off extremely well.
Yeah, and you've had very strong drafts in the past. I'm sure it's going to be no different in January.
Yeah, Fee, we've got numbers. They are dwindling, but we still have numbers. And, when you have numbers, you have a lot of early foals, and this is an early sale. So, you have to have the right horse for the sale, and we understand that. But still, yeah, absolutely. We've got a really, really nice string of horses that will suit the sale.
And it's great. Some top horses have come out of this sale as well.
Well, I don't know what the last, but, it's over 10% stakes winners to horses sold, which is phenomenal. So it just shows you, you've got the pedigree, you've got the right type of horse at the right sale, and you've got your buyers. Anything is possible.
Yeah, and it's sort of almost like keeping it in the family with Peter Craft's connection with the estate as well.
I think it's wonderful. Peter Craft came into the game as a fruit farmer, farmer of the year. He's a highly successful man. He bought Lammaskrall, and he's such a professional, and all he wants to do is be the best. And to be able to support his family again in a venture like this is great. And, and that's what racing's about, isn't it, Fee? Whenever you talk about racing folk that get into trouble, whether it be their health or whatever it might be, it's amazing how racing folk come to the aid or support other racing folk. And that's why this industry is such a great industry.
Yeah, despite a difficult year with COVID and everything, everyone is just so positive and looking forward to the season and looking forward to the sales ahead.
Well, Fee, I don't think we could have got any lower than we were before COVID. And a couple of things have happened since then. When COVID hit us, we all thought, it couldn't get any worse. But I'm very positive. Mary Oppenheimer and daughters, and I like to call them the 5 wise men, I mean, they've been absolutely magnificent in planning a new path for us, you know, and all we've got to do is think, if we didn't have them, where would we be? So let's be positive, let's look to the future, let's always believe that it's going to be better than it was last year, and I truly believe it's going to be better than it was last year. And you know, when you hit rock bottom, one thing it does do, it forces you to start working together, to start taking hands again, to stand shoulder to shoulder, and to put your differences aside, because it's now survival, you know. And I've heard so many positive comments coming out of the industry now. And all I can say to my fellow breeders is just hang in there, guys. You know, it's tough. It's tough for all of us. Our breeders have done an unbelievable job. You know, this is a natural way, I suppose, of getting down to the select horses that we need to get to. But we've got amazing people in this game, Fee. And, you know, if we all stick together, talk to each other all the time, back each other all the time, we're going to come out of this for sure.
We've all enjoyed a really lovely lunch here at De Grendel today, introducing us all to the venue for the Cape Premier Yearling Sale in January, and Ken Truter is with me now. And Ken, obviously as a breeder, owner, very involved in the racing industry, it's a great venue, isn't it, going forward for the sale?
Well, absolutely amazing, and I must be very honest, I was quite surprised when I got the notification that they're going to hold the CTS sale here, because I just know what a beautiful venue this is, and I don't think Grant and Amanda could have done any better, whether they tried or not.
Yeah, it's fantastic, because we're going to have the stable so close to the restaurant area, and there's going to obviously be wine available, and it's got beautiful views, and of course it's not far out of Cape Town as well, which is great.
Yes, well, you know, I stay on top of town, and it took me 25 minutes to get here today, which is fantastic. And I was just chatting at the table, and if you look back and you look at the view of Table Mountain and the beautiful vineyards and everything that goes with this venue, I was just saying, hopefully overseas travel opens very shortly, and to get the English supporters of our racing game out here in these circumstances would be absolutely fantastic.
I think they're going to love it, because it is great. The great views, as we were told earlier, there's a little bit of game on offer for them to have a little game drive and see a few things, and of course fine wine. Beautiful meal we've had here today. It really is fantastic.
A top restaurant and a top wine producer as well. And I have to say, I think this has to rank as one of the best horse selling venues I've ever seen. It's amazing, and I look forward to the sales. I really do.